Hello and good morning, everybody on Facebook. Thank you very much for joining me for Awakening the Force Yoga. I am Yogi Cecily, and you found me here on Facebook, but you might be looking for me somewhere else. So these classes that I do on Facebook, I do download them onto YouTube, and on YouTube, I am Yogi Cecily. If you want the whole handle, it's instagram.com/C/Yogi Cecily. All right. Now, then you might be looking for something else, either just inspiring memes or my alignment yoga classes. And yesterday I actually I actually saved onto IGTV, Instagram TV. I actually saved my yoga core class. Now, some of you know I'm here doing yoga core on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 noon, and I don't always save that workout onto Instagram because mostly it's not a presentation, it's just folks working out with me. But yesterday I did save that one on Instagram. So on Instagram, I am Cecily_yogi. And then what you're going to want to do is go in there, go into IGTV, and I always use the hashtag core yoga or alignment yoga or yoga with Cecily. You can always use those hashtags to find all of the stuff that I'm doing on Instagram. Okay, great. Deal or no deal, right? Deal. Now, you are here in the morning, and I just, as you know, I love the morning workout because, I don't know, it's like you can't make anything too important, and there can't be a lot of stress already. So the body feels kind of cranky and stiff and sleepy, but the mind is actually just, very soft. And you really feel like breathing, doing breath work and setting intention. So this is how we start all of the morning classes. We start with an intention, usually a reading, and then some breathing, and then usually core and glutes so we can get a little grounded. And then we actually finish with the sun salutes, right? So I don't think of it as a beginner class. I really think of it as a morning class for all practitioners, all levels of practitioners. All right. So I'm reading from this really wonderful book, The Heart and Science of Yoga by Leonard Perlmutter. And you might have heard this story from me before, but when I got this book, I was like, great, where's the yoga? And it's just words, lots of words. But if you were to look into this copy, I mean, you can see already in there, I mean, there's just all kind of dog ears and all kind of markings and notes to myself. And that's how good this book is. Now, today I want to read from a chapter. The title of this chapter is Where is God? And this is a part from Seeing God Everywhere. Seeing God everywhere. So this is something we can talk about in yoga. It's not so out there to talk about religions and spiritual practices and an idea that there's just something greater than yourself, right? So here, Leonard Perlmutter writes, if an individual is earnest, the requisite willpower and transformative insight will come, but not necessarily through the 5 cognitive senses and the ordinary intellect. Curiosity, openness, and the willingness to experiment with mind, action, and speech introduce us to higher levels of understanding. That right there is so wonderful. So I just want to go over that little bit of a list again. So curiosity. So when something is happening, instead of like, oh, this is that, and that is this, and so I know, right? You can almost approach even things that are familiar to you with a continued sense of curiosity, like, is it really that? Or am I really seeing it correctly? What if I'm just curious? What if I just sit back and observe? Curiosity, openness, and the willingness to experiment with mind, action, and speech. Okay, well, what is that? How do I experiment with my mind? Am I going to put electrodes on my head? No. How do I experiment with my mind? Okay. So I'll just tell you how I do it. So an experiment with my mind is that something might be happening, and I will almost with my mind pretend like the person is speaking in a foreign language. All right. So that means I will try to slow down the words that they're saying, or sometimes I will try to think as a deaf person, and like as they're talking, read their lips or really look at their expression. See, so with my mind, I'm trying to create a little bit of a buffer and an experiment that if I didn't really understand this language or if I was deaf, so I'm not jumping in, and it definitely, doing something like this definitely causes my mind to stop overly interpreting. Or how do you say that? Like when you're not really listening to a person, you're like listening and, your mind is going, really? Like there's this second commentary in your mind. But like if you were deaf or if you were desperately trying to cling on every word, you wouldn't have time to have that second conversation in your mind, okay? So that's an experiment. So then you also want to experiment with action and speech. Now, a long time ago, I used to follow this man called Sudhir Krishnan on Facebook, and he was all up in Facebook, and he doesn't post as much. And he was all up in Facebook, and he was attempting to post like Vedanta, yogic Vedanta. And so he would really engage like a lot of followers in conversation. And I used to get all up in there and, and I was all full of commentary. And then one day I started noticing someone who would comment, and this person was always just so polite first, like, welcome and good morning to everyone, and blessed patience or whatever. I was like, and then the person would get to their point, and then they would always close with, many thanks, and like all of this, graciousness wrapped around this comment. So I just started experimenting with that. I realized like, oh, that's, it's hard for me to think ill of this person, because they're just being so gracious in the beginning and in the end, almost like I don't know all of the folks that I'm talking to. And since I don't really know all of you, it's just kind of rude to just jump in like, you're wrong, I'm right, get it, together, like that's kind of rude. So I kind of tried to change how I wrote comments. I tried to change the speech of what I was writing, and I tried to change the action and the sense of welfare. So this is in the chapter Seeing God Everywhere, and actually the chapter title is Where is God? Right? So where are you? So this is just kind of trying to indicate to us a way of somewhat communing with God or communing with nature. And in order to do that, we're going to set aside our normal way of being and our normal way of using our senses, right? It said there in that paragraph, it will not be felt through the normal senses. And so we have to be open and curious and ready to experiment. And then in that, we might feel we might feel that which is greater than ourselves, right? So we do this in yoga practice with breath work. Yeah. So let's go ahead. I've been sitting with the right foot on top of the left, and I'm going to go ahead and change and put the left foot on top of the right. But of course, you can sit any way that you like, right? Get all comfortable. Yeah. And we're going to take 5 ujjayi breaths, inhale and exhale, but fairly deeply and fairly long breaths, okay? So here is 1. Inhale. 2. 3, 4, and 5. There, see? Awesome. I love it. Let's do once more. I'm going to change back to right foot on top of the left. So I do these little foot changes. It kind of keeps both knees and ankles kind of stretched out, right? We get really good at sitting. So these are 5 breaths. And some folks will say, it's the Darth Vader breathing. It's definitely a bit noisy. And you can hear it. I've got the microphone, on today, and you can really hear. It doesn't have to be that noisy. But you definitely want to draw the breath. And I'll tell you what I do when I'm doing this Ujjayi breath is I will think it's almost as if I'm trying to taste the breath, the way a wine taster would mingle and taste. So as the breath is coming in, I'm really trying to taste it and feel it. I listen to it. And taste it. And so you want to try to get that sense, and it'll allow you to breathe a little bit more deeper and a little bit longer, right? So here we are, 5 Ujjayi breaths, long and deep. So we go. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. And there you are. See, so that's pranayama for today. So we set our intentions and we did our breath work. Now let's get into some core and grounding leg work, yeah? I'm going to go ahead and turn this way. Now, when the legs are folded up, it's nice to get some little bit of massaging in there. So I'm going to take my hands and massage down. It's almost like trying to massage out the bend that was there. And we're just going to get blood flow back all the way down to the toes. So now there's different things here. Right now I'm kneading. You see, I'm trying to knead into the thighs. I'm going to knead the sides and then get into the calf and knead all the way down and then draw up. One more time on the left leg, kneading down. Get your fingers in there. And that's also going to warm up your hands, right? And then draw down and then go into the right leg. Knead in. Find your quadricep. Feel separation in the muscle. Get down across the condyles of the knee and into the calf and the tibial muscles, and then down, and then draw up. Take 2 more down, kneading in. Use your fingers, thumbs. You can feel the IT band. You can maybe feel a few trigger points in there already. Inhaling up and down. We're going down and down, down and down and down. All right, great. So now we're going to do drumming. And if you have a yoga block, I actually like to do drumming with a yoga block. Some people use a tiger stick. There are different things you can use. I'm going to use the corner of the block, right? So the corner of the block goes in, 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 in. So I'm focused on the IT bed. Yeah, you feel all of those hot spots. on the IT band. And then I'm going to get a little bit across the top of my thigh, my quadricep. Now, I'm always doing yoga every day, so I've got a lot of leftover, I guess, toxins, you would call these trigger points, in the quadriceps in particular. Then I'm going to bend this right knee, and get on the inside of the knee and the inside of the thigh. Then one hand will get tired, so you just switch hands, and that's okay, no big deal. This is fantastic stimulation in the upper thigh muscles. It's just so good. I can feel blood flow getting in there, and it really makes my knee feel good. So even though I'm not hitting the knee, right, I'm getting all on top of it. Okay, switching sides. So IT band on the right leg. Now, you can always use your own fist, sort of a drumming technique, but I'm just using the corner of the foam yoga block. I don't think that I would do this with a cork one or a wooden one. I definitely wouldn't do it with a wooden one. Oh, let's just do this all morning, right? And I'm going to get on top of the quad. Again, I'm trying to focus on the corner of the block. Yeah. Gosh, I'm feeling all kind of residual blood flow still on the left side, right? And then bend the knee slightly so you can get into the inner thigh. There's this little meaty part on the outside of the knee, sort of these fan-like, they fan out condyles at the knee, and it's kind of soft tissue and fascia and stuff like that. So I try to get there and then go up the inside of the thigh. I'm getting a little bit, the adductor. You can get under and get the hamstring if you want. And oh gosh, that was quite lovely. All right, stimulating the internal organs. Going to get the drumming going on the back, and you could probably hear the microphone jiggling, and if you were a kid, you would go, right? So you can add breath work to this. And what does all of these techniques do, especially in the morning? It's all about blood flow, right? Blood flow. So blood flow, you're really just getting the blood to come to the capillaries of your skin. Yes? And if the blood gets all the way to the capillaries of the skin, I'm going to do back slapping now, then it is flowing all the way. And that's what all of that cupping techniques, if you've seen some of the athletes will have these big red marks on their skin, and that's cupping. And that's what cupping does. It at the least, right? Nothing magical. These are not like magic trickery, right? Blood is coming to the skin. If blood is coming to your skin, right, then it's starting to move from the larger arteries to the smaller capillaries. That's what we like. That's what we want. Give me 4, back slapping, 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to do back slapping over the top. So I'm going to face you. You can face any way you like. This is over the top. And some folks will say, well, these are Chinese techniques. So you're definitely getting out of pure yoga and into some other mind-body wellness techniques. And I really do like some of the Chinese techniques and martial arts techniques. They are just as invigorating as yoga asana. Don't be afraid to add them to your yoga. Let's finish here with the wrist circles. You're going to lace your fingers and take the knuckles around. You want to bring your elbows together, take your knuckles around, breathe deep while you do it. Oh, and I'm still feeling my thighs and I'm feeling my upper back. I'm going to reverse this wrist circle, which is weird. I'm having trouble going that way, but okay. And right, this separates the hands. You can feel the tips of the fingers. Here's the deal here, though. You're going to pause and look at your hand. Now you have to switch. You have to put the other index finger on top. And many people feel like, oh, that's very strange. Like some people really even struggle to make it fit, right? Going what is not natural, the other index finger on top. Now reverse the circle. Takes a thought. So this might be brain work for you as well, right? Not just physical. You know, squeezing the elbows in. Do you see how the bicep is being stimulated and the tricep is being stimulated? Nice. Good. Okay, from here, rolling. Rolling like a ball. Inhale, exhale. Rolling like a ball stimulates, brings blood flow into the space between the spine, the bones of your spine. Encourages big breathing. Inhale, exhale. Give me two more. Inhale. Exhaling. And one more. Inhale, exhaling. Add the forward fold. Way down, way down. Now I'm just going to reach out for my feet, but I'm actually going to round my back this morning. So here's the round back. Slide the hands back and then push the ribs forward, roll the shoulders back. I'm going to call this the flat back, right, or extended. So I'm going to sweep my hands forward and round. Hands back, lift and flatten. 3 more. Hands forward, round. I'm really trying to push my lower back this way, yeah? Sweep back and then lift. Here, you're going to feel a little arch in the lumbar, right? Good. 2 more. Round, stretching out the lumbar. And hands back and flatten. Right? You can tell I really love these stretches because I get this kind of sourpuss look on my face, like, it's just because it really feels good. It's like, oh, and then hands back, hand lift. Awesome. All right, I want to go all the way into a full plow. So the legs are going to go all the way back. And I hope the microphone doesn't get too much scratching sounds in there. So when I get folded over this way, oh gosh, so this is the plow. Now you can soften and bend your knees. You don't want to make a big deal out of it. You can make straight legs. You can take your feet wide. So you want to find something comfortable. Then I'm going to curl down. I'm going to curl down slowly. Keep my hands on the outer thigh. And we're going into happy baby's pose. Now from happy baby's pose, we're just going to go to the left. Let your legs come together a little bit, and to the right. Now you can stay on your mat where you are. I'm going to turn this way so you can see the action a little better and a little fuller, right? So I go all the way this way, open, and then I go all the way that way. Now I call this Humpty Dumpty sometimes, right? As you go, you can do it with more straight legs or more bent legs, but you'll probably feel that as you do it, you can go with straighter legs, really opens you up, right? So I'm really trying to open wide through the center. Take 4 more. And up and over. And 3. Up and over. Breathe deeply now. 2. Up and over. And 1. Now we're going to stay in happy baby's pose. Grab your feet. And we're going to bend the knees down and straighten out, and bend and straighten. Okay, if you're having trouble holding on to your feet, that's okay. You can hold on to the calf muscle. All right, so it really doesn't matter where your hands go. You're just trying to encourage the legs to open wide. 4 more. 4, and bend. 3 more. 3, and bend. And 2, and bend, and 1 more. 1, and bend. All right, so we're going to stay on the back. Bring the knees in. Place the hands behind your head, and these are crunches. Just crunch, 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 and crunch. Keep it going. Crunch, crunch. So already it might feel like, well, we haven't done a lot of yoga per se, you know, but again, morning practice. What I love about crunches, it just starts to burn in the core, but I can really keep the face relaxed and just, you know, not make a big deal out of, again, it's all about getting the body stimulated in a smoothed out way, bringing heat to certain areas, and I definitely want to get heat from the ground up in the morning. So a few crunches in here To get into the rectus abdominis, the core abdominals is very, very, very helpful. We're going to go here and then rock forward. Great. An elbow plank. Let's do an elbow plank. So staying low to the ground, elbows down, elbows separated, hands separated, and just hold here, elbow plank. Breathe. 5, 4, 3. So you just hold and be steady. No big deal. No big deal. 2. And on 1, inhale, exhale, and bend. All right, we're going to swing back around onto the back and get some glute work in. Now, these are simple exercises. And that's the beauty of it. We don't have to add or overthink. These are just bridges up. Just up, 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 and up. Simple bridges, up and up. We do have to do a lot of repetition. So when you're doing something simple, there's a part of it that's like, well, but I got to be here 2 minutes, but that's okay. Right? We can't always be in a hurry. Yeah. That's okay. Up, 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 and up. Isn't it nice to just say, I'm going to be here a while? Up and up, 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 and up. Keep it going. Up, 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 and up, 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 and up. Give it 16, 15, up, and up, 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 up. Now it's burning. Great. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then scooping, curl it down. All right, let's go back, up, and onto all fours. All fours. And I'm going to start with my left leg, and these are just knee circles. So what we should be feeling now, about halfway through this class, we should be feeling very mindful and connected. We should be feeling very engaged with our breathing. And we should definitely feel blood flow coming into the extremities, the toes, fingers, back of the neck. And now we're getting some of these larger muscles warmed up. Go ahead and change to your right leg, knee circles. Yep. Just getting around the hip socket, not necessarily worrying about stretching yet. Yes, and then reverse the knee circle. 4, and breathe, and 3, and breathe, 2, and breathe, and 1. Nice. Okay, good. Let's take an early pigeon. So I'm going to bring the right knee and the right foot forward and then push the left leg back. Now, it's an early pigeon, so I'm going to stay up on my elbows, right? Not relaxing it down. And I'm also going to try a little bit more to get the right foot forward, right? So I'm going to kick the right foot forward. Look how high up off of the ground this is. And that's okay. That's okay. And then I'm going to push into the left leg and firm the quad and keep pushing the left leg back, back, back. See how I'm trying to push my entire body further back, just an inch or 2, 3, 2. See me wiggling that left foot, getting further back, and 1, changing sides. Getting all around the hip socket already. You don't have to wait for the end of class to get into deep tissue and joint work, right? Imagine how good these joints are going to feel, right? If we devote sometimes a little bit more attention to the poses we do at the end of the class. You know, we get to end the class and it's like, oh, class is over. So I'm just sort of going backwards or going up the body slowly, right? So we did the Humpty Dumpty with sort of the inner thigh. We're getting this outer hip. And here it is again. I'm going to try to push and extend or wiggle the right leg a little further back. Sometimes rocking, a little rocking action feels so good. Deep breathing, of course, goes there. Awesome. All right, sitting up. This is bringing the foot to the third eye. I'm going to grab the right foot and roll forward and then bring it in. Good. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. 6 more. 6 and round. And then 5. Round, round, round. Oh, drawing in 4 more. 4. And draw it in. And 3. And exhale. 2. And exhale. And 1. Nice. And exhale. Sirsasana, right foot on the inside, light forward fold over the left leg. You see me in the mornings doing a lot more just elbow down. Certainly can use blocks, and you can certainly use blocks to assist a flex in the left foot. So I'm actually more focused on getting a flex there, pushing the right knee down, then getting into a deep forward fold. So we can always use all of these poses differently. Than we don't always have to think about what kind of stretch, you know. Am I like, whoa, getting way down? Yeah. Here we are, other side. So circling, 8 and in and 7. You hear my joints cracking, and in and 6. 5. Good. In. 4 more. 4. In and 3. Circle round. 2 more. 2. Circle round. 1 more. 1. Circle round. Woo. Circle around. That foot comes in. Sirsasana. I'm going to work the left knee down. Yes, and bring the elbows down. But if you have a block and you want to get a little bit of flexion, good, stretches the Achilles. Even though I did work with someone yesterday who doesn't need to stretch their Achilles, right? Their Achilles is actually a little bit too overstretched. So that does happen. Yep, that does happen. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we are ready for pedal pushers in downward facing dog. I'm going to face this way. Yep. And pedal pushers. 8 and 7. You can go faster. 6, but sometimes I see people doing it really fast. 5. You know, the idea is stretch out the calf. 4 and the Achilles. 3, 2, and 1. Feet a little bit wider than your hips. Walk it back, standing up, finally starting to come up. Elephant's trunk. Yes, we sway and sway. Sway. I tell you what, you get into that elephant's trunk, let one knee bend. I mean, you know, let your knees bend and oscillate, yeah? You're going to find you're just going to start to get so much lower to the ground. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Great. Walk all the way out to plank. Inhale. And downward dog, push back. Exhale. Lovely pedal pushers. 8 and 7. 6 and 5. Pedal pushers. Oh, 4, opening my armpits. 3, stretching side ribs. 2 and 1. Feet a little bit wider than the hips. Walk it back. Elephant's trunk. Oh, sway and sway. Go ahead, look down. Sometimes people, we're sort of looking up. Let your head hang down. Let your hair fall. 4 and 3, sway and sway. 2 and 1, walk out plank. Inhaling and downward facing dog. Wonderful, wonderful. Plank and twisted dog. Here we go. We're going to go plank, twist to the right. And plank, twist to the left. Breathe. Plank, twist to the right. And plank, twist to the left. 4 more of these. 4. And 3. Exhale. twist, 2 more, 2, twist, exhale, oh, feels so good, and 1, twist, exhaling, great. Drop to all fours. We love it. Step your right foot forward, please. And we're going to bend and straighten, forward and back. High hamstring, forward and back. Now see, it's nice. We have about 15 more minutes left in this class. Right, forward and back. And we've just warmed the body up. We have awakened the body slowly, gently, yet with some vigorousness, or like esprit de corps, like, effervescent. 2 and back, and 1 and back. Go ahead, change sides. The left foot will be forward, forward and back, lunge and hamstring stretch. So we go 1 and back. Great. 2. Now, especially if you're doing other kinds of exercise regularly. 3, we need to have these morning workouts so that we are still moving on our off days. So some people will say, oh, it's my off day. And I'm always still moving. Even on a day that I don't do the more intense workouts, I will do some morning practice. Give me 2 more of these, hamstring stretch, and 1 more of these, and the hamstring stretch. Nice prasarita padottanasana. Sumo squat and standing. Finally standing all the way up. Sumo squat, stand. A little bit of back bend again. Sumo squat. Inhale, up, down. Inhale, up, and down. Inhale, up. 4 more, very vigorous. 4 and up. So we're moving. 3 and up. So we're moving. 2 and up. That's a nice back bend. And 1 and up. Hands on your hips. Right side triangle pose. Left toes in, right toes out. Now you got your blocks already. Blocks are very nice in the morning. Hold, breathe. 5. Watch the top arm. We're going to circle 4 more breaths. 4 and 3. Yes, and 2 and 1. Good on you, good. Come on, stand all the way up, inhale. Left side, triangle pose, Here we go. Left toes out, right toes in. Inhale, exhale to the pose. Feeling good? No big deal, yeah? And circle down and 4 more, 4. Right, and 3. Now you see me today, I'm sort of looking down and then looking up. 2, almost following the fingers. And 1. Great, great, great. Come on up. Inhale. Gonna step to the center of the mat. Stepping out with the right foot. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. We're gonna go 4 times in this direction. So it's 1. And back. Breathe. And 2. And back. 3. Lift. And back. 2 more. 2. Yeah, we'll take 1 more. Now this one will hold. You're going to hold. Hey, now, if you want to do a foot grab, it's okay with me. But you taking these foot grabs, make sure the knee is up. Make sure the knee isn't falling down, yes? So the idea is the foot grab is that the upper leg stays in its position. It doesn't start to sag. Right? And you can see every time I sort of sag that knee down, I lose my balance because I'm letting go of energy. Let's extend. And come on up, other side. All right, so stepping to the left, inhale, exhale. Generate steadiness in the morning. Inhale, exhale. I wore this hoodie and now it's like on my nerves. And 3 more. Inhale, exhale. And back. 2, inhale, exhale. Oh, yeah. And back. 1 more. We're going to stay here on this one. Stay for a bit. And lift up and hold. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Yes. My. Hold. 3. Breathe. 2. Trying to turn and roll everything out. And 1. Like it so much. Legs wide. Arms out. Right side, warrior 2. Turn the left foot in. Right toes out. Virabhadrasana 2. Take it nice, easy, no big deal. Yeah. Arms overhead, inhale. Vira 2 on the left side. Take your time, no big deal. Inhale up. Vira 2 on the right side. See, now as we keep repeating this, you're going to get just better at sending energy down the long leg. So what's nice, if we're moving or wash and repeat, what I call wash and repeat, it's nice sometimes because you don't have to overly correct. You can feel your way there. It's sort of like walking. Every step is different. Every time you go, it's just slightly different and you feel things warming up and there's different things you might want to pay attention to, right? We've got 3 more. Up and open. Yeah. 2 more. Up. Right? It's really more about pivoting in the feet, this working the feet and open. Yeah. Good. And up and open. Hey, we're going to take our first chaturanga vinyasa over here on the left side. Chaturanga. Hey, upward facing dog. Inhale. Ooh. Downward dog. Exhale. Good. Child's pose. Child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Left leg lift. Left foot step, stand all the way up and over to the right side, Chaturanga Vinyasa. Inhale, exhale, upward facing dog. Inhale, down dog, exhale. Nice, and child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. We're going to do this once more. Downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Right leg lift. Right foot step, stand all the way up. Over to the left side, Chaturanga Vinyasa, please. Thank you. Upward facing dog, inhaling. And downward dog, exhale. And the child's pose, inhale and exhale. Lovely. Well, there's getting vigorous, right? Let's come on up and work on staggered stance, right foot forward, Parsvottanasana. So I'm going to step the right foot forward and then extend both legs, staggered stance. Hamstring stretch, blocks are fantastic. You want to make sure you're not twisted, right? So that's sometimes what I might call like dumping into your hip socket. So a way to feel it out, right, is to get the block on the sacrum and say, well, you know, where's the block going? Definitely push into the back heel. Some folks, you can add more to it. You can add a fuller forward fold or reverse prayer over your back. That'll work. We can do that. And now I'm going to change this into the revolved triangle. I put the block on the outside of the right foot. Carry the left hand over, roll the left ribs down and the right ribs up, and twist. Breathe. 3, 2, yeah. Ah, that feels great. And 1, fantastic. Drop your back knee, lift up, make a prayer position. Twist the prayer position over the outside of the right thigh and then up. You can add as much of a back bend as you like, and 3 more of these. 3, twist, and up, and 2. Inhale, up, and 1. Now you can stay here. Tuck the back toe. If you want to straighten the back leg, you can, and if you want to add the binding, feel free, certainly. All right, so we're going to extend out, twist, and look up and over the right shoulder. Yeah? Oh, lovely, lovely. All right, hands down. Left leg lift, left foot step. Stand all the way up and over to the right side. Chaturanga Vinyasa, because we love it. Big energy coming up on the last, 5 minutes or so of class, right? So this is nice. What you're going to feel is you're going to feel that you started your morning, you are definitely awake now, yeah? So we are going to bend the knees, step now the left foot forward, staggered stance, Parshvottanasana. Extend both legs, set a balance in your sacrum. Good, a little lift in the ribs. You can take more of a stretch and forward fold. But honestly, again, one of the things I like about morning practice is I just give myself a break, and I just don't worry about intensity in that kind of way, because I know I can do that later. And I know that my body deserves just loving attention, just like, hey girl, huh? You know what I mean? Like, hey you. So it's just nice, loving attention. We don't have to make a big deal. Rotated triangle, revolved triangle. Block goes on the outside of the left foot. Right hand cross over, right? Set the twist in the ribs. Little hug into the inner thighs. The left arm rotates up. Breathe. 3, 2, push. Got to push into the back foot. Breathe. And 1. Hands down. You're going to drop the back knee. Lift up, hands in prayer. And bring the prayer over. Left thigh. And then up. Add as much of a back bend as you like. 4 more. Down. Twist. And inhaling up. Nice. Yes, very yawn, like you really get a good yawn in the morning. Right. And hey, if you're doing this on YouTube and it's not the morning, that's okay. I mean, I think this actually works as a nice lunch time workout, because sometimes at lunchtime, you just can't get all sweaty and all that kind of stuff. And you've maybe been sitting a lot. And so this workout, especially today, we're going to take just one more, especially today, gets all around the legs, gets the blood flowing, hip sockets. If you want to add the binding, feel free. 3, twist, twist, twist. 2, twist, twist, twist. And 1. All right, come on down. A few finishing stretches. Upavishta Konasana, legs wide, just sitting there. Right now, I always will finish these classes saying that I hope that you have a way that you like to finish. And that might include a long Shavasana, or a longer or deeper time in pigeon pose. Some of you have a headstand inversion practice. Take one more of these. There's can opener, twist, mobility, twist. Inhale and exhale. Let's just draw down in Upavishta. And come on up, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Elbows are going to work on the inside first time. Inhale. Exhale, bow down. Inhaling up, elbows go to the outside, bow down. And inhaling up. All right, I'm going to return to sitting on my blanket. You might want to go into Shavasana. Relax back. It is going to be a wonderful day. It is a wonderful day already. You are awake. You are aware. You are connected. You are connected. Just take a moment and acknowledge the beauty of that, the wonder of that. And then do your best to share this feeling with others. Share your enthusiasm, right? Share your bright and sparkly self, yeah, with others. You've been with me, Yogi Cecily, for Awakening the Force Yoga on Facebook.com. Keep in mind you can make donations at venmo.com/Cecily-guest. And you can find this video will be saved at a later date on YouTube. I am Yogi Cecily. Thank you so very much, and namaste. See you soon.